Hello and welcome back to episode 12. I totally did not forget to film my intro before I completed everything and edited everything. We're building up the Colosseum for the Great Sheep Race. It is happening today. So without further ado, let's jump into a time lapse. Ready, set, custard. I was placing the pale oak as it didn't have any more bones. Well, I have like 3. Not enough to finish them all. So I've just been placing the pale oak where I want the bones to be. So I can kind of get this part done, and then so I can put the floor in, as we need to hold the Great Sheep Race. Now, we don't have a name for the Colosseum, and well, that matter just been solved. Turns out we have a patron for the Colosseum. In this chest is a book from Sir H.T.G. And lots of bones and some pale oak slabs, which I was using. I've since replaced with quartz. It kind of blends into the bone a bit, and that way the bones can spread throughout the build. There are a lot of bones in this build. How many stacks? I don't remember. Oh goodness. Don't tell Susan I said this, but he might be a bit wiser than her. He's very fancy. By decree of the magnanimous, generous or forgiving, especially towards a rival or less powerful person, a very generous donation has been bequeathed towards the further construction of the Colosseum. Is there invisible ink on this page? Well, thank you, Sir Harold, Sir HTG, Harold the Great. I think it's only fitting, after such a generous donation has been made, to name this after our patron. Miss Susan will not be pleased. We have a letter for Harold, a response to his very generous patronage to the Colosseum. Dear Sir Harold the Great, I use my last feather to write to you. It is with great appreciation that I accept your patronage and generous donation towards the Colosseum. In honour of your support, it would be a pleasure to name the Colosseum after you. Perhaps you would like to cut the rope at the opening ceremony. The Great Sheep Race will be held afterward. Should you wish to attend, we must select a Baarnabas II, as Baarnabas is currently without its bar. Thank you, Sir Harold. Custard. Let's go finish the Colosseum. We have a Great Sheep Race that we need to hold. And of course, Sir Harold will be expecting his invitation to the opening ceremony. Ready, set, magnanimous Sir Harold. my god. Itten's gas killed. I feel really bad. We do have the graveyard coming along quite nicely, and so we can put him a plot down and have the funeral and burial for all the others that we have lost so far in in this world. I feel really awfully calm. Look at its little face. It feels so bad. Here is the Pansile Cemetery and Colosseum, of course. And then that way is Pansile Lane. I don't think I showed it, but it turns out I live on Pansile and not Sandpile. So yeah, we're sticking with Pansile now. I'm not sure if I like the deep slate tiles. I feel like that is much too dark, so I might swap that out. But I do quite like the anvils. We are going to have a path coming out the side. I might bring that down a little bit. And that is going to lead to a church, I think. Church slash tea shop. Tea and cake. And hopefully we won't need too many plots in this graveyard, but if we do, we have the space. So we're going to add more trees, more spook, and I think that will be good. Here we are burying our dead, and Itten eats Vernon. He ate some of his flesh, and he said, "Husk tradition." Is that so? So here we have Vernon, what's left of him after Itten snacked on him. Vernon, and a distant cousin. We have over here is Baarnabas I. We do need to put Itten's ghast in one of them, or make a new one. Vernon's friend has brought flowers. Oh, I see. His face. Now, do I want a post mule or do I want a post donkey? Oh, it's cute, but where are its spots? Excuse me, sir, where are your spots? How many of these do you need? Oh, there we go. Oh. We'll see how far he can jump. I think he's supposed to be smaller than a horse. I'm not sure if he's bigger than a donkey though. Now we need a name for him. Maybe Robert is a good it's a good name. This is Hoofsworth, the postmaster. And we're gonna put his post in the barrel, in the chest. On him. Let's attach him to something. And then we'll get a what's a doodle? A post office made for him. And he will deliver our post. It is almost time for the Great Sheep Race. And as you can see behind me, we have a few stalls. Here we have the magic bar bowl, 8-all bowl. So you put your payment in here. It is 1 diamond per 2 questions. And I'll spit something from the bowl. Okay, let's go and ask it. Will the race be fair? Trot like a sheep. Dash like a sprout. We have a few cats guarding the entrances. Make sure no creepers pop in. We also have beautiful banners, toxic sheep, meadow sheep, dark wizard, naughty, chili. We have all these sheeps. Let's have a look. Here we have toxic sheep, meadow sheep, dark wizard sheep, naughty sheep, chili sheep, spicy sheep, imposter sheep, regal sheep, magician sheep, and also the finish line sheep, which is special to the first Great Sheep Race. Miss Susan was going to come and stand behind her stall, but she has taken a seat up on the Colosseum to view the race. But she is selling swamp water and pickled sea pickles. It's very legitimate that that's definitely swamp water. Here we have a list of the contestants. Brussels did not have any wool to give, and you will see why shortly. And then we have Dominic Toretto, which is Eternal's sheep. This one is Iton's sheep. We have some banners on the side for the Ivory. This is called the Ivory Arena of Sir Harold. This is Brussels sprouts and shirts. 5 diamonds, 1 per customer. Netherite material. Wow. Brussels sprouts. 3 for a diamond. Brussels spicy sprouts. 3 for a diamond. Over here we have the Tail of Hoof. A meadow green with friend and foe. One noble sheep with purpose go. A race begins with hoofs today. One fleece shall rise, the rest must stay. Baarnabas the bar will claim, and carry forth the woolly name. A ghost or ghast he can say. They lift them to a place not far away. Baarnabas is the name where they print till they grow grey. The first reign was brief, a sudden fall. From beam to mutton he lost it all. All hail the Baarnabases, bar bar. And then Baarnabas I motto. An abundance of grey makes colour shine bright like a diamond. Remove the wool for spinning. Iton said some of the sheep are cheating. Alright, we are Great Sheep race ready. I made us each an outfit for the group race, and then when we have a museum, we can put in the outfits that we wore. Testing 1 2 3. Welcome everyone to the Great Sheep Race. Our competitors here shall be racing for the title of Baarnabas II. And if you're not from around here, that's as close to royalty as it gets. Our beloved Baarnabas I died during the construction of Baarnabas, and so today we continue the great Baar legacy. And they're off. Which sheep will reach the Baarna boat? Russell already throwing hoofs. I believe he calls that one the woolly wallop. Lennon in the lead, closely followed by Newton, Curtis and Isabella. Russell charging full steam ahead. Get an instant replay on that one, shall we? Knocking Dodger halfway across the pitch. That has to be a red card. I tell you, that sheep trained in the wild hills of chaos. Lennon got his eyes on the prize. Well, I can certainly say with full confidence that this was not quite what most expected for the first sheep race. Perhaps it's a bold new strategy, safety in numbers. Russell intimidating the other competitors. Looks like the rest of the sheep are afraid to surpass Russell. He thinks about charging again. And he charges at Greg again. Can somebody give the sheep a warning? And yes, Russell is a sheep. Curtis eyeing up the boat. Russell charging and another competitor in the background there. Looks like Emma took the hit. Russell circling Greg. Looks like there's some kind of feud we don't know about. Patrick and Curtis neck and neck. What's going off here? We have a stalemate. A heckle is throwing snowballs? That is not allowed, folks. Brussels charging at Greg for a third time. Brussels kills Greg. Tactical elimination, but I don't think it'll sit well with Sir Harold. Miss Susan saw that with her own 2 eyes. He turns back, posing for the camera. Dodger, carefully sneaking past Brussels. Charging once again, nearly knocking June into the Baarnabas boat. This certainly is a tense race. Catherine's going for it, but will she make it safely before Brussels charges again? And we have a winner. Catherine has made it across the finish line and into the boat, securing title of Baarnabas II. Looks like Brussels being escorted out. And the rest of the competitors will spend the next few days grazing on the lush grass here at the Ivory arena of Sir Harold before making their way home. And there we have it. Catherine claims the title of Baarnabas II. It's time for the Great Shave at the Great Sheep Race. How many wool will Baarnabas II provide? And it's a 3. It's going to be a good year, folks. What's that? It's Brussels. Somebody get that ball. Well, there is one title that Brussels does claim, naughtiest sheep in all of Sandpile. Dare I say that was an attempt on Catherine's life. And here is Catherine's airlift, and off she goes. I think we can expect great things from Catherine, providing us 3 wool in the Great Shave. I just got word that Catherine is now arriving at Baarnabas. Let's hope the landing is graceful. We do not need another race this soon. Brussels enjoys his last days as a free sheep. Brussels murdered Greg. I'm not sure I want to wear Brussels' shirt anymore. This is Brussels' shirt. He signed it with his name. B. B for Brussels. We will now need to bury Greg. Let's go make him a grave. And then I want to buy more banners. I did, of course, make these banners, but I think the banners should be a council-run stand, and therefore any profits, and I will also have to pay for those banners, will go into a council fund, maybe to build up a prison really fast, because we have a murderer on the loose. Brussels. Naughty Brussels. Poor Greg. All he wanted was to participate in the race. I'm not sure if I will keep that wording, but there we are. That is there for now. Here lies Greg, a constant spectator of the Great Sheep Race. Oh, we don't have his death date. We need that. And it is the 3rd of October. Brussels is contained until he is moved into his cell. Feather madness. Half a sack. 3 diamonds. Not sure I've seen. Let's go see where Brussels is contained. Oh, goodness. Not the fire. Oh my goodness. He's upside down. Why is he upside down? Why is he upside down? Oh no. I am starting to feel sorry for Brussels. Brussels. Do that to Brussels. Here we have the Nugget building. It is not complete. It's very, very small. I need to bring out the dark oak trim around the front and put a window in. This is Nuggetsies. Let's take a look inside. So I'm selling the bigger pots, pottery sherds, which I'm going to put one more in there, and also small pots. I'm not so certain on the price. It had made a really fair point that clay is really easy to get. It only takes 4 clay balls, smelted of course into bricks, to make a big pot. So for 5 pots you would need 20 clay balls, which is 5 pieces of clay. And still, I feel like maybe a diamond is a bit much for that, but I guess you're paying for convenience as well. That way you don't have to go out and find clay yourself, but it is very readily available. So I might change the prices. I think these are quite fair because they're really rare. The highest percent chance is like 12.5 or something. You can't craft them. They're not easily found. Maybe I should put that up a bit more. And then obviously the small pots is the same deal with the big pots. And I'm selling bricks. And I was selling the singular brick, but they're very easy to get. So I might just put some other material in this barrel. I want it to be on theme. But if you drop down, you will see nuggets. Deposit your items inside the lockers. Take the collar cap, the hat of shame, and the terracotta seal. You will also need 32 nuggets and a pot. Enter the game room, place down your pot, and put as many nuggets in the pot as you wish. The limit is 32. Now, for the purpose of showing you how to play, I am going to refer to myself as Player 1 and Player 2. Yellow is Player 1, I am Player 1. And Player 1 is going to put the whole 32 nuggets that she has inside the pot. Now, as I have no nuggets left over, I am not going to put them in here because I don't have any, but I am going to place the terracotta seal on top, and then I'm going to leave the room and let player 2 come and do exactly the same. I am player 2. I'm going to grab myself a pot and 32 nuggets. I can see someone has already put down their pot. I'm going to put mine over here, and I'm just going to put a singular... Actually, I'm going to put 5 nuggets. I think I put 5 nuggets in there. And the rest into the leftover barrel. And then I'm going to seal it with my terracotta block. Then I'm going to tell the other player that I am done, and everyone will join the game room. Once player 1 has entered, we're going to swap places. I am going to go over there to player 1's pot. As you can see, her terracotta lid is on top, so that is her pot, and that is mine. So I'm going to go over to player 1's and stand by the pot. Player 1 is also then going to go and stand by that pot, likey so. This is now my active pot. This was player 2's pot, player blue. It is now mine. All players, once they are at a different pot, will grab themselves a fresh stack of nuggets. So as I am player 2, I have no idea how many nuggets player 1 put in the pot. So it's a game of guessing and getting in the other player's mind. However, as each player only started with 32 nuggets, you can safely put in 32 nuggets, as 32 plus 32 is 64. Take turns placing nuggets in, so I'm going to put in 30, I might put in 32, actually I'm going to place 2 more. Oh dear, no I'm not. The pot shakes and it rejects the nuggets, which means I have lost. So I will take off my coloured cap and I will put on my hat of shame. If there are only 2 players playing and if someone else has lost, the other person automatically wins as long as their pot doesn't shake. So the other person can either keep risking it to try and get as close to 64, but the other person has won by default. So it's up to them if they continue risking it. If their pot shakes, they're out as well. But let's say I didn't try and put another nugget in this pot. Let's say for some reason I stopped at 32. Now I've placed 32 nuggets inside this pot safely, but I've got a sneaky feeling that player 1 is not playing very nice. So I am going to discard the rest of my nuggets in the discard barrel. And then I'm going to take off my hat and I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait until player 1 is done. Hello, it is me, player 1, and I have no idea how many nuggets player 2 has put in the pot. But I can safely put in 32 nuggets, so I'm gonna put in 32 nuggets. I don't know how many nuggets player 2 put in, but I'm gonna keep putting nuggets in my pot. I'm gonna put maybe up to, I think I'm gonna stop at 10. Okay, I'm then gonna discard the rest of my nuggets into the discard barrel. I'm then gonna unequip my hat. And if there are any more players in the game, I'm gonna wait until they're done. If all players are done, I'm gonna hit the pot, I'm gonna break it, and I'm gonna count how many nuggets I've got. I have 59 nuggets, so I'm gonna announce that in chat, and then I'm gonna wait until player 2 announces how many nuggets, and the person with the highest amount of nuggets, or the closest amount to 64 that is in the game that hasn't lost, wins. I am player 2. I'm gonna see how many nuggets I've got in my pot. Ooh, 64. I won. You can also choose to use tokens and points to keep track of your scores in your world. I have a vending machine that allows you to get a mystery pot if you have enough tokens. You might also find it useful to have a terracotta unsealer, and that way you won't have to go back to your locker to get a pickaxe to break the seal and reset the game. And that is pretty much it. That's how you play Old Nuggets. And I also have a bunch of rules. I will also copy and paste all of these rules into the description below for easy copy and pasting. The treasure deposit box is just linked up with a bunch of hoppers. And if you do have enough tokens, you can spend some on a mystery pot. Let's see what we got. The skull. This incredible design is not my own redstone. Shocker. I really want to learn how to do redstone, and I am trying to teach myself with the help of some YouTube videos. But let me show you a sneak peek at the redstone. There is a lot going on. I'm not entirely sure what it all does. Actually, I have no idea what any of it does. But yes, I will leave the link to that in the description. And here is the waiting room. So I just have a barrel for the people that are on the server: Eternally Fused, Etern, and Custode, me. Music isn't necessary to play during setup, but if you're not far away enough, you might hear how many nuggets are being placed into the barrel. It does make quite a loud sound, so just make sure the players are far away enough, and if they're not, maybe put on some music. That is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very, very much for watching. I just broke my plant, and I hope to see you next time.